I always like to imagine what Amelia's accent would be, with Abyssal being like her first language.
Yeah.
And then speaking Elvish and Common.
Absolutely. Like that's a whole
That would be hilarious.
I can think through like the accents of some places, but Bastilian is a shit show. I have no idea what they sound like there.
To be honest with you, I feel like anything to do with the Voss language, because it's such a weird thing to have even on that plane to begin with.
Yeah.
In terms of the language, I feel like it's just gonna sound weird no matter what.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
Very harsh, probably. Very.
See, that's
flowy.
No?
I would have thought flowy.
because it's easy to go. It kind of sounds like Klingon, but that's not what I imagined for that.
No, I didn't really mean that. I more meant just sort of sharp would be a better way of putting it, maybe.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
In the
One
future.
day.
Anyway,
That's how I always imagined it.
I want Burrowit to meet Amelia at some point. They would get along.
They would. I was thinking about the other day. Like, they would be like good friends.
They
would
really
just
would.
be like genuinely
It's like-
good friends.
It would like actually like totally fix like her like racism towards elves. I think like a little bit at
Probably.
least.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetie.
I just like the idea of just they meet and then for an entire session it's just them talking and the others being like, "We gotta find something to do."
It would. It really
No,
would.
it would be great.
Yeah.
I thought Amelia's like prejudice would get better as the game went on, but then Neil did everything wrong.
Yeah, Vale is just a bad child.
Is the problem.
No, Vale is not the worst. Nuri is the worst. Vale, like if you think Vale's the worst, listen to the Patreon game because Nuri is worse than Vale.
Yeah.
Anyway, Virik, when you wake up,
dear.
your attempt to dreamwalk, your attempt to communicate with Shaladay, Whisperroot, the goddess of dreams, the elvish goddess of dreams, didn't work. But you're not really upset about it. You tried to say your goodbyes. Too stubborn to answer back.
Oh no.
That's fine. You were worried at first, and your friends are worried, but you made a deal with to travel between planes, and you just need to prove to yourself and to the ferryman that you're worthy of this contract that you made, even though you don't understand it. You wake up feeling a lot better about your situation, a lot less scared, and a lot more favorable to the ferryman. Tobias wakes up depressed, to be entirely honest. He usually is quite early to... Well, he sleeps in, but like a responsible amount. Not in dangerous situations. One of you has to wake him up. And like he doesn't eat. He just kind of looks out into the beach where you can't even really see the water because it's just like black sand and pebbles into black water. You can see occasionally little creatures. You actually have noticed little hermit crabs that have skulls as their little homes and twisted little things like that. Tendrils that kind of go out of the water and snap up anything that seems to be scurrying by. He's not interested in any of it. He's just kind of staring blankly.
Does this appear to be a condition that is afflicting him?
I suppose that would be like a medicine check. Or arcana check. Or religion check.
All of the above.
Yeah, you can easily work out that it's this realm's effect on his mind, especially considering how high-strung and emotional he was before. This realm is clearly doing something to his head.
Give him a little zap of holy magic. Just like 5. What you would use to cure a disease or poison.
Yep.
See if it does anything.
No. He just kind of shrugs you off.
Well, then I'm gonna do something.
More holy magic.
I know that the condition is not necessarily one of those things, but it is kind of a poisoning of the mind to some extent. So I'm wondering if that applies.
He's just like, stop healing me, I'm fine.
I'm gonna turn to Eleanor, and I'm just gonna say, this seems like a place we don't want to be in for more than a day.
Well, let's keep moving.
We're gonna be here for more than a day.
Yeah. But there's nothing we can do about that. We're not meant to be here.
No, we are not. Tobias, are you going to be able to move with us?
I can keep up.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, like, it's a bit later, and just like, you just yell at me anyway. Well, like, looking, like you're doing something else. You're like looking at how you're gonna climb this, and he just continues the conversation like 5 minutes later, like an elf. And he continues. He just continues to be kind of like a stroppy teenager, but like a serious one.
Yeah.
Just kind of mutter. And
We're not going to
complain.
yell at you. We're concerned about getting out right now. Your feelings aren't important, Tobias.
Yeah, I noticed.
Ooh.
I'll toss Baruit like a potion of climbing.
He kind of takes an arrow and he's like picking the crud from between his fingers, which is normal, to be fair.
Time to climb up a wall.
Athletics or acrobatics, or Baruch takes a potion of climbing and just swooshes up slowly.
Thank fuck for my modifier.
Am I gonna take a potion of climbing?
Yeah, that's what they're there for.
All right, I'll take a potion of climbing.
Oh,
Like,
no.
he hands you one.
My plus 8.
Oh no.
That
So-
is unfortunate.
Right?
You have a +8.
I do.
I was gonna give you guidance. Oh, golly.
Climbing
All right.
up isn't that hard for you, Aelinor. I mean, you climb in full armor all the time. This cliffside is, it's not wet from sea foam. It's sticky. It's sticky and uncomfortable. And luckily you have gauntlets on, but you know you're gonna have to clean this stuff. But no, there's no good water to do so. You actually end up getting up quite quickly. When you get up, you first see what you think are two statues until they turn to kind of look at you a little bit better. These creatures kind of look like they're wearing stone masks and armor, but only really on the front of their bodies. And they're large. They're like the size of ogres or something. And the rest of their bodies are kind of wasted away and thin and sort of this shadow goop. Their masks are kind of, one of them is sort of more bird-like, one of them is a little more dragon-like. And they're very sort of protruded and things. And they're kind of looking at you with the blank stone eyes. And that's when you actually hear, from a little further up the rocks, some of the fell creatures that live here, the more human ones, sort of yelling in Umbral, clearly like, hey, they found something, and they have seen you, and they're rushing up to you. This is while everyone else is still climbing.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, I draw my greatsword.
Okay, this is gonna take a little bit of finagling. How do I want to do this?
I knew the second you said you actually have no problem climbing, I'm like, oh no. It's one of those ones.
A 1 in my games just means bad luck.
Yep.
I just got to kind of set up a battle map.
It's
for
almost
you.
more scary when you say that they don't have trouble after they roll a 1. It's just like,
It
Oh,
is
no.
definitely more scary. It's so much worse.
Yeah, let me just change a couple of things. This is an old map. It still uses Fog of War.
if I ever get one of those sound the table things, I'm having that, oh no, or just ready to go at all times. Yeah, soundboard.
Soundboard.
Good. My brain is appropriately slow today for how Virik is at the
Yes, good role playing. That's what that is. Definitely good role playing and not
moment. Lack of sleep.
lack of sleep because you were trying to play a video game all night.
Coffee.
Okay. Ooh, I've got a problem. I need to move you to a battle map, but it's too far away for me to move you to. One moment.
What?
Look,
The
there's a
way
lot
that
of things that go on behind the scenes.
It's okay. I don't understand how Roll20 works. It just does stuff, and it's cool.
Yes. One moment.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Why don't you roll initiative?
I don't see
Oh, we
You
can't-
no,
we
you don't see anything.
You're not there
You've
yet.
not climbed up yet.
Yeah. Okay, good. How do I then click on my token to roll initiative?
You don't.
You don't.
No.
I'll just tell
Okay,
you
I'll
when
just
you're
roll.
done.
When you're done climbing.
Unfortunately, you didn't
How
roll
far
very
down
well.
are they?
They're down.
Okay, so we don't roll
A
initiative
couple
yet.
of turns away, not like one turn away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excuse me.
Okay, initiative rolls. Gotta check monster stats. That's a D12. Don't roll a D12 initiative.
You could if you want.
I'm not going to. Luckily, the two things in front of you appear mighty slow. The creatures that are sort of lumbering from afar, and this whole sort of place is dim light. There's no sun to give you true good lighting, so it's all dim light. So these creatures actually kind of will start running up to you. Will start attacking you from afar. What are you two doing?
Don't worry about it.
I was saying that's good for me.
I was saying not for us.
Yeah.
Each one of these
Also,
creatures, you never really noticed it before because of the clothing they were wearing. These ones are wearing much less clothing. They're kind of glowing from the inside. Each one a different tone. First one is kind of glowing with a sort of yellowish color, and will actually kind of hop up on these rocks. And will sort of just conjure this glowing stuff in its hand and sort of launch it at you in this overhand throw. What's your AC, Eleanor?
At the moment, it is a 17.
It hits an 18. No, wait. Let me check the math. Calculating. It hits a 16. So this sort of slime goop, it kind of booms as it hits the ground. You manage to just get out of the way. They're chattering to themselves in this language you don't understand. It seems they want the big guys to do most of the fighting for them. Logically so. Now is your turn.
Now is my turn.
Yeah.
Well, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Smart.
And you know what? For my action, I think I'm going to take the dodge action.
Hey! That's interesting.
And
Okay.
wait for my... try to drag this out until my companions can get up here.
That's what... Aaron strategizes. Aaron thinks. Okay. The two bigger creatures, the shield heads, will lumber up with its big front legs. It kind of moves like a gorilla. We'll just swing into you. And that's gonna be...
My AC is a 19 right now, and they roll with disadvantage because of the dodge.
Yeah, no, exactly. He rolled a 1 and
Until
a
they
2.
start flanking me.
He rolled a 1 and a 2 anyway. he ain't hitting right now. But he has 2 attacks. And you missed. You dodged a 20. So you know what? Take that. And the other one will exactly that. They will flank you.
Yeah.
And dupe. But not hit. And not hit. So you just sort of get your weapon ready and just start trying to dodge the attacks coming in. Now, luckily, your job is a monster hunter. These might be monstrous creatures with grand size and strength advantage over you, but you are actually very well versed in dodging and parrying these things and just doing exactly what you said, waiting out the time. At this point, you guys climbing up can actually hear all of this. But you're still climbing.
Yeah.
Next up are the littler dudes. The guy up on the hill is going to try and throw at you, but disadvantage doesn't help. And you know what? I'm actually gonna use a little color coding thing for my own ease. This one here is glowing with a sort of purple and is gonna throw at you. But whatever that like shadow goop is, you make sure it's far away. I mean, this would be badass if you were watching it. And the last one is just oozing black and black. And again, you dodged another 20. He does manage to hit you, though. He's the only one who manages to get a hit through. But you did dodge a 20. If you didn't do dodge, you would...
That would have been a real bad
you
round.
might be down.
Yep.
And that's going to be 4 necrotic damage. That's all.
Alright.
And then I need to do 1, 2, 3. Oh, I dropped a D4. I'll never find that again. That's just gone. Okay.
That's gonna hurt sometime. Yeah,
I don't
it's gonna
find. I think everyone has just got really weak feet. Lego bricks and D4s don't hurt.
No, they're not that bad.
I stepped on a thumbtack once.
See,
Yeah,
that hurts.
Ooh.
Speaking of, Eleanor, you
Yep.
managed to basically block, parry everything that's come at you in this time. Nearly everything.
You know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to take the attack of opportunity from 1 and move myself over here so that they can't get behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that's like the edge.
That's the cliff. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And they
So I will take the 1 attack
They will miss. Kind of just lumber slowly after you.
just to avoid them getting, normal attacks on me. And then I will take the dodge action again.
Okie dokie.
I just like the idea of Eleanor is going full Jedi, just like knocking things out of the air. Sword.
Yeah, because she doesn't have a shield, she has a great sword.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was imagining, just like cutting the projectiles out of the sky. Your AC is 19 right now.
Yes.
The shield head's first attack against you just like goes up against the barrier, and your spell does work. You are surrounded by a barrier of rushing wind. And you can almost notice it more because of how stagnant and still the air is. It even helps you not fall back off the edge of the cliff as it hits you. And then actually stumbles and loses its footing. All the ground here is rock and this kind of almost slimy mud and on top of it, and it kind of cracks under the weight of this thing slamming its fists on the ground, and actually starts nearly falling off the cliff and has to dig its hands into the stone to not fall all the way off. The other one will charge up and take its place. And miss. And miss, because of the dodge action. At this time, you guys make it up. Aside from Tobias, who is going a little slow, because he's sad.
He's a sad boy.
So can you two
Oh, hello.
roll initiative?
Ooh.
Oh, it's just
There I am.
bad. It's just awful.
Okay.
Oh, I just saw your initiative roll, yeah.
Yep. It is slightly better than the 2 big boys, though.
This guy sees you like climb up over the cliff, and you see this umbral creature just run up and will kind of got like, it's hard to tell if it's like a sword or a cleaver or whatever, but whatever it is, he swings at you with it. Brute, what's your AC?
I'm assuming I did not have time to put my shield on after climbing. No, 16.
And it's gonna miss. It's gonna be one of those, maybe you duck like a little bit further down the cliff.
Yeah.
As it launches up at you. Its blade sputtering the same kind of purple goo. And you actually notice as it misses, it kind of backs up and kind of mutters, kind of draws the blade into itself, and you see that grow even brighter. This one here is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 try the same, but on Virik, who has never mind. He also kind of overshoots it. And is gonna also nearly fall off the cliff. Because apparently
I know what
they're not that great. The one up on the slightly raised ground is gonna throw at Aelinor, but dodge action means it is a double 20. I'm kind of, that's one of those moments I'm annoyed I don't roll on roll 20, because those are always sweet. But it does hit you. So that's going to be 15 thunder damage. As finally one of those glowing, sort of sputtering balls of energy does hit you, and it just crashes against your armor, taking the wind out of your sails. This guy back here, he's a little far away.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see him.
I didn't even know he existed.
Oh no, they always exist. He's gonna throw at Baru. Just labeling what type they are. And again, rolls under 10 and misses. Which is, it's fitting for how competent they are. Virik.
Okay, so seeing that one fumble towards the edge, can I help him on his way?
Yes, I would suppose that'd be an athletics check, I suppose, a contested athletics, to just launch him off the cliff. I'm gonna get another d20. Where's my dice?
I will take
I
that,
guess I'm
considering
not.
I have a +0.
That's not lesser restoration. That's a 14. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, it gets an 8. So it's like a bit of a struggle, and this is when you've been really close to one of these creatures, and you haven't, Virik. That sort of, they've almost got the strings where the muscles might be of this black slime that's sort of just oozing, and eyes that glow kind of, if it was possible for it to glow an even deeper black on this creature, it does. And it kind of spits up at you this slime as it tries to struggle, and you eventually push it down, and you see it fall out of your vision into the darkness. And then you do hear a wet sort of smack sound as it hits the ground a little bit later.
Okay.
That one has ceased to be.
Then I will move here, and that wouldn't count as an attack, would it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, so I can now punch this guy?
Ooh. No.
For bonus?
No.
Okay.
So there's
Do I have
a
another
weird
attack?
thing in
Oh,
that
is that-
grapples and grapple-like things are attacks, and they take attack spots if you have extra attacks. But it isn't an attack for that.
So do I still have another attack, though?
If you have extra attack, then yes.
Yes, because we have 2 attack.
Yeah.
So. Good. Okay, that's enough.
I always forget that you have
that.
extra attack for some reason. I guess because monks have other ways to do a similar thing, and you have 2 weapons,
Yes,
just to be
yes.
maximum confusing. That is a hit.
Okay. And then I'm going to spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows. And that's blap blap.
Those are both hits. They're not really armored.
I'm going to stay here.
That's pretty good damage. Slashing away at this thing, kind of similar to fighting undead. It does roar in pain. It really does, like an intelligent creature. But like a zombie, it's continuing to move even though you've cut tendons and things. And there doesn't seem to be bone inside it either, just more slime. Next up is Eleanor, who is backed up against the edge of the cliff by two of these shield head monsters.
I think I'm gonna try to shove that one.
Hey, yes.
Using attack.
Please
Athletics?
do. Yeah. It's a better shield mod than the other.
They are big though.
It got a 24.
Oh.
So you're trying to like push this thing down. Its like front arms are like dug into the stone at this point.
Yeah.
And it's just trying to like venom slowly climb up.
I guess I will use my attack to attack him then. My second attack.
It's one of those things where its form of climbing is
is punching. It manages to climb up and just grabs your legs and just swings you down. Can you give me a dex save, please?
Okay. If I was still dodging, I would have advantage on that.
Oh.
That looks like a 3, by the way, but it's
Yeah, I thought it was a 3 and I was scared.
You managed to sort of grab hold of some holds on the rock before you go too far down. So you don't take any damage, but you are falling off the edge of the cliff. Well, you've fallen a bit off the edge of the cliff. This is only going to be like a movement action for you to get back up.
Okay. I mean, they can't attack me while I'm on here, I imagine, right?
Yes, no, they can't.
So there's that.
You're outside of their range.
Little things.
Okay. Barut.
I am going to put my shield on because that seems responsible, and then I am going to cast
full
Shield
action.
and then I'm going to cast Shield of Faith with my bonus action.
Right, forgot you needed to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not gonna be attacked. I appreciate it.
Oops, should have moved. Oh well.
This shield head monster will just slam sideways into Virik.
Hi, bye. Whee!
Yeah, it does hit you.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt. I was surprised the other one missed.
The other one clearly rolled very poorly.
You managed to slightly roll out of the way, and it only does 8 damage. Well, considering the weight of this thing, seems like it could do much, much more. And you'll see that because it hits you again with the second attack when you're on the ground. For 10, so 8 and 10. The other one... Move away.
He's in the wrong spot. He's in the way of the other one.
Yeah, the other shield head monster kind of like looks around and seems a bit confused. You can't see its face. It's got this blank stone mask, and kind of looks at the one on top of the hill, who's just drawing more energy out of itself, and it just kind of points towards you two, and it starts like trotting around.
This will just not do. This will not do.
Next up are those guys. The one up top of the hill, he's gonna throw at Virik.
Oh no.
Which hits. For 11 thunder damage. As the sort of umbral slime crashes into you and just explodes.
Oh no.
The one between you and Barut kind of looks back and forth and will swing at Virik. Seeing Virik get hit by that attack, sees if it can get a chance through, and it does.
Bye, guys.
Dealing, that's going to be 4 slashing damage, but followed by 11 poison damage.
I'm down.
And when you, like, drop, when he sees your eyes kind of roll back, it cries out in this wicked victory laughter that the others sort of join in on. Aside from the one that fell down the cliff. Virik, can you give me a death save, please? That was a rude one.
That was emotional. That was a mean dice. That was.
Eleanor, you can now hear them up there making this guttural, gleeful laugh.
All right.
Oh,
I'm
actually,
gonna climb up.
give me a sec. You could do your turn. I forgot to have
Okay,
Tobias
I climb up.
eventually join you.
And I'm gonna attack that one.
Bias is here.
Yay!
That's a hit.
I get to re-roll that one.
Yep.
Hey, 2 more.
And I'm, of course, going to smite this thing.
You get an extra D8.
Excellent.
Ooh.
You do notice that this whole thing has stone armor. The blade of your sword doesn't do great against that, but the smite always does. It does take almost like an extra rev of divinity to go through, but when it does, it cuts through, like it straight up cuts a streak through their armor as the wind rushes through. And that's a miss.
Yeah. Alright, that's my turn.
Tobias, roll initiative, you naughty man.
He has advantage on initiative, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he already did it.
Yeah.
I forgot so many things.
He's just
you
crazy
characters
boy.
with your crazy things.
Yeah.
Speaking of Barut, Virik's gone down. They're all sort of chanting. Although at this point, Aelinor has launched up from the cliff, swings into this dude. A gust of wind cuts through the stone, and which makes black ooze like splurt out.
All right, so
Is he still laughing?
That one never really quite got that much of a laugh off, but it definitely sort of rumbled.
I am going to be casting Spirit Guardians. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to be casting Mass Healing Word.
Hey.
And then I'm going to move this way.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Both of the creatures need to make wisdom saves.
Yes, they do.
They are not wise. They're basically seemingly like animals. They both fail.
Okay. They will take 17 radiant damage.
Oh. My boy.
Hey, do you want to describe as your ancestors assist you in the Shadowfel?
Yeah, okay. So, because before it was like very much almost like dirt coming up and taking almost like a lit dirt form. But here, the dirt almost doesn't exist there in the same way. It's almost as though there's a little bit of piercing light coming from me, but that comes out into this muck that's around, and it takes this dark energy and almost looks like it's ripping through it, and the ancestors' forms are ripping through it as it comes through.
Their attacks against these creatures are relentless, and it nearly kills. Sorry, that was like two trains of thought collided, multi-track drifting there. Like, they just can't defend from that many sides at once, and their ethereal blades go right through the armor. They are confused, and so one of them is just going to sort of stomp its front arms down and is going to make this shrieking, wailing noise. Can all of you make a intelligence save?
And everyone is within 10 feet of me, I believe.
Yep. Aside from...
So you all get plus 2.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're all good.
10 feet?
Yeah.
Huh. 11.
Hey, 13 total. Could be worse.
So, I'm going back down again, guys.
Yeah, well.
Or worse, we'll find out.
So, everyone but Aelinor is paralyzed as that sound cuts through the air, and you almost feel it weighing on your very being. You find it just impossible to move, which is when
This
the
is
big
actually
guy.
because I never got up, so they probably still think I'm down.
Hopefully.
Let's just hope they're dumb enough to think that I'm still down.
Will just attack Aelinor.
Mhm.
Bow. And miss. Bow. And miss. And it will kind of like... It does that in a bit of a frenzy, the second one. Sort of swinging its arms at you. And then will straight up run out of the spectral field. Which means...
Attack of opportunity.
Aelinor gets an attack of opportunity. And it also knocks over this guy. Yeah!
I'm so hoping that would be a 20, just for
That would be amazing.
It would be.
Okie dokie. In that happening, you see the umbral creature that gets nearly knocked over is like, just yells back and actually will grab, there's kind of this chain leash that sort of appears from it, and start yanking it back like a disbehaving dog. And then we'll move over and throw at Barut.
Just
But miss?
to be clear, did the second guy who's in there, do I need to roll the Spirit Guardian for...
The other,
Is
you need to roll
the
it
other-
now for the guy who's starting his turn there now. He makes a save.
Oh,
but-
okay. Right, okay. I forgot that just because they have the same turn order doesn't mean that they're getting... Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy who's with you actually sees that you get Virik back up, and you assume he says something similar to, "Oh no, you don't," even though you don't understand it, because he's just going to try and plunge the blade down into Virik. Virik, what's your AC?
13.
You actually managed to roll out of the way, which means the blade just goes down into the dirt.
As much as I like that, I am paralyzed.
Yeah, he still missed.
Oh my god!
His whole body just till you, like, roll on a rock. That was
And
just...
now I'm face
propping
down.
you up. You just kind of, like, roll out of the way by
Bleh.
accident.
Yeah, I don't even notice him. I'm doing the struggle. You do it, just.
This guy rolls up to Tobias and cuts him. Which hits. Boop. And, yes, that's it. Now it's Tobias's turn. I am Tobias. I'm upset about this situation that is currently unfolding.
Is he doing a rage?
He's doing a rage, and then luckily his sheet is quite well prepared. I can just do things, but his sheet's quite well prepared. I have many windows open when I stream this. This might take some time.
No problem.
No problem there.
Oh, heckin'. He doing a rage.
Them's good.
I just realized. Where's Bjorn? Is he back on the island?
I was kind of headcanoning that you left Bjorn on the boat. Back on
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, actually, yeah.
Yeah, he's with...
We wouldn't have taken him on the
No.
little thing. He wouldn't have fit.
No, exactly.
Okay.
Good. Okay.
Tobias starts cutting and dicing at this guy. Virik.
I mean, I was paralyzed. Do I get a turn?
No. Aelinor.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to check the paralysis rolls.
Do I
Because
get a
sometimes you
save?
check. No, not on this one.
Oh, I'm just like I'm just gonna be
You're
like
just
this for a
down
long
there.
time.
Yeah.
30. I can't get to the big guy. Wait, without taking attack of opportunity, so I'm just gonna hit this guy.
Yeah. He seems quite damaged.
I'm gonna assume I don't get flanking.
No, yeah, he's
The paralyzed.
he's kind of a paralyzed
The
dude on the
paralyzed
floor,
poor
face
elf.
down. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
I get to reroll both of those.
Ooh.
Yay.
Yeah, that was a
Jeez.
bad roll.
A question.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, the fact that I went unconscious, does that affect the charisma check thing?
No. No,
No.
no, not even a little
Oh, it's
bit.
just curiosity. I
This
didn't-
creature is
oh.
is
Is it
cut,
dead?
it's launched apart. Just
Excellent.
body parts
do that a lot.
explode, not into bloody chunks, but it's just into more of the kind of goopy, black, sort of
20.
inky mess.
25. And I'll move there. And oh, I get a second attack.
I was gonna say,
Hey.
yeah,
Oh.
and that's a miss.
That was another die that went on an adventure.
Baru, you are paralyzed.
Yes, I am.
The shield head is going to attack at Eleanor. Boop.
Does he need to make a wisdom save?
Oh, yeah, I was about to say.
Yes, which he fails hard. It's just very
Yeah.
like correct. So then he's gonna try and swing at Eleanor, misses with the first attack, and the second one, you know, the dice was nearly on a very high number and then went very, very low. So there maybe was a bit of a beam struggle going on there, or something of the sort. Just sort of relentlessly, feverishly fighting.
Hand coming down as something goes through the arm and it's like, oh!
Yeah, exactly. At that point, you guys recover from your paralysis.
Hey.
Hey.
Good news.
And then this guy
You
over
move
here.
fast.
Far.
They move far.
Yeah.
They're sort
Big
of long.
steps.
When they get
Yeah,
a bit of
right.
speed going, it's just like a gorilla. They don't move fast, quick. Like they, you know, they gotta. I know what I'm
They
trying
got
to say.
momentum.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
I know what I'm trying to say. I don't need to explain it to you. And
What to
this
say.
guy can't hit
Tripping.
Tobias. So then it's Tobias who is gonna. I'm real mad about it. That's a longbow.
That is a longbow.
Did I do that last time as well? I did. No one called me on it.
I didn't see it last time.
I thought it was long sword.
No.
He has the silver
Yes, I know,
Silver-
but I didn't want to look for very
and
long.
rapier.
To be fair, it's the same modifier.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Both of those are hits. Boopity boop. Extra damage. And he cuts this guy apart. Good on you, Tobias. And then we'll turn towards the big guy. One in each hand. Virik. You kind of come back to your senses with a mouthful of Shadowfel mud.
Okay. I have one plan, and it's the plan. I'm going to no, you know, I'm not going to risk it. I'm gonna go around this guy. Actually, I'm going to go around to there, then attack.
Yes.
And blap blap.
Those are hits. Yes.
Good. Just making sure. And then I'm going to once again do flurry of blows.
Mm-hmm.
Because my punches are key empowered now.
Yes.
So oh yeah.
They're good.
Now do I notice if those seem to do more than the chakram hits?
Yes. The armor was seems to be good at deflecting the blades. The punches seem to just sort of carry through.
Okay. I think I am gonna hold You know, I am going to finish moving to here just so I'm behind the thing compared to the other one. Because you guys can move. I was thinking I'll stay there, but no, you can actually move too.
Eleanor.
Speaking of actually moving.
Yes.
Oh, no, advantage. Damn it.
But it's a
Was
much
it?
better number. It's a hit.
Yeah. Speaking of much better numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit again.
It's a hit.
Excellent.
At one.
And I will also smite. Not a big smite, but a little smite.
You still get a +1 d8 on them.
Ah.
Oh!
That actually was the final blow. That extra 8.
Nice.
How do you want to kill
Excellent.
this thing?
Well, naturally, I bash into it with the first hit, causing it to double over, and then the second hit is going right for the head.
Yeah. You actually
A little
see
staple cut off the head.
the sort of the mask sort of crack open to see that there is kind of a face under there. It's like kind of flattened and large and mutated and horrible. And when you cut through it, everything sort of starts turning to black and starting to ooze and leak away into the ground. Aside from the stone, of course, which is got
25. Alright. Then I move. How
Baruch.
about Tobias?
I'm gonna move.
It's just so satisfying watching someone move when they have an aura around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very simple, but satisfying.
Yep. And I'm gonna cast a guiding bolt at the little boy.
See, I like what you're doing.
It's a hit.
Or 15 radiant, 18 radiant damage.
Yes, that's a big hit.
That was.
It actually like sends him launching back and sort of picking himself back up to fight you.
news.
Does he have that classic like smoking hole?
Not really. Unfortunately, these creatures aren't really damaged the same way as mortals are. The last shield head is going to scream. So can you?
Please tell me I'm actually outside range.
You will need to make.
You
a
are
wisdom
outside
save.
the range.
Oh,
He needs
yeah.
to make a wisdom save as well.
Yes. Which he fails. It rolled off a 20 onto a 2.
What the fuck is that roll? Oh my god. 4 radiant damage. That is the lowest
That's
I've
the
ever seen.
lowest Spirit Guardians roll.
Holy shit, that's actually just depressing.
Okay, can all 3 of you give me, aside from Virik, give me intelligence saves? Yes, I can do
Thank
that.
fuck, because
Remember, you get a +2.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm paralyzed,
no.
man. Don't worry about it. We are
oh,
all paralyzed.
Ah,
Holy shit.
well,
This guy makes a has to make a wisdom save, which he fails. So roll another
Hold
Spirit
on
Guardians.
one moment. Hopefully this one actually does something.
yeah. At least you're still like doing
Hey,
that. Like,
14 radiant damage.
The you hit him first with the radiant bolt that knocks him back, and as he starts picking up, you know, your ancestors start assisting with bow shots and blade cuts, and it just starts trudging forward despite all of that, and we'll just cut into you, boop, and we'll hit, and is gonna deal. That's going to be 4 slashing damage and 6 poison damage to you, Brute.
And I just need to make a constitution save real quick.
You're good.
Pass.
Thank
Tobias
fuck.
is paralyzed. Virik is not. You're outside of the radius of the scream.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You would have advantage anyways.
I know.
Eh.
I still wanted to get there. So I'm gonna do Chakram.
That's a hit.
And I'm going to spend a key point to do Stunning Strike.
Do you want to roll the damage first?
Oh, I thought
As is the
I thought I
appropriate,
did.
You might just kill him.
appropriate
I
order.
thought I did that actually.
You just kill him.
Oh, then I wouldn't do that.
You can get up
Actually, that's-
behind him and just...
In that case, okay. How many more? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say like when you do it, but it makes sense to roll the damage first, in my mind.
I agree.
55 is 11 movements, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So
That's
no.
Yeah, exactly. That's too much. Like,
That
especially
was-
it's a
that was
5
just
as well. Like, 60
Yeah.
is 12. So.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to just throw my chakram at this distance.
He is standing right by a cliff.
I'm glad. Well, that's gone. Bye, chakram. I loved you.
You do hit him. Unfortunately, they've got big stone masks, and it just clatters and spins into the darkness and the sea.
It's so perfect. It's so perfect. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh that hard.
On this adventure, Virik loses everything he loves.
Himself.
I'm just gonna do that, just in case.
And that's a good idea because Eleanor and Brute are paralyzed. So, first of all, the big shield head makes a wisdom save. What's your DC?
15.
Oh, it's got a minus. It fails.
Okay.
Please don't just die to this.
It takes 13 radiant.
It takes 13 radiant damage. Like an angry beast being sort of pricked from every direction. It just sees Virik sort of do that and is like, oh,
Man, if
shit.
everyone has to be paralyzed and watch Virik getting crushed, it's gonna be real sad.
So what's your AC, Virik?
13, but he has disadvantage.
That's true. So that first attack misses. It's one of those things where he's like lumped. Easy roll out of the
Does
way.
like one of those as he like the fist comes down, he does that sort of move to the side, the shadow's still there, the shadow gets crushed.
Second attack hits.
Okay, yep. Bye guys. I have 6 health.
He's just
Bye, guys.
he just sort of headbutts you with the mask that's cracked and damaged, dealing.
He's like all proud of the dodge, like, yeah.
16
Oh,
bludgeoning.
I down.
We're used to it.
Yep. You know that what we were talking about before? Looking real nice with how often I go down.
Tobias continues to be mad because you're all no longer paralyzed.
Oh yeah. I was about to say, hang on.
Yeah, I just kind of skipped a line of dialogue in my head.
Does he have advantage?
He has advantage because
I mean,
Yeah,
don't-
I
It doesn't
meant to
matter.
the advantage tracker is like over there off my screen. So let's not bother with that bit.
He hits regularly anyways. I'm not really too worried about it.
He does
doesn't he
hit
usually use the
regularly.
rapier as his second attack? It doesn't matter. Doesn't he have a rapier?
No. I don't know.
I mean, he does on the
Maybe.
sheet.
Yeah.
He's using a short sword today.
Okay.
For
It just feels
flavor.
like it. He just feels like
Fair enough.
pressed. The rapier's a little too poignant.
I didn't know
Feels
if it
like
was
the
like
short sword's
silver
a
or
little bit
something.
more
I can't remember.
Food.
Virik, can you
Fine.
give me a death save, please?
Yep.
I do really like the image of like a barbarian with a rapier, though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Really.
Ah!
Oh!
What was that? Oh, that was Karen that punched somebody.
Yeah, when you gave you the steroids, so you had like a +4 strength mod with a rapier. Yeah,
Great.
it was great. Eleanor, speaking of, it's your turn.
I'm gonna move.
This creature just hulked and smashed Virik.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a miss.
Oh,
Have
no.
advantage on that attack?
No,
I
'cause
do
Virik-
advantage.
Oh, you do.
No, I don't have advantage. Do I?
Yes,
Isn't he down?
but
No,
you can.
Oh, but I have
you get
other
advantage
allies.
from Tobias. Yeah, Virik's not the only person in the world.
That's
14 is a miss.
It's not a 1.
It's not a 1. 23 is a hit.
Good.
and smite.
Yeah, with that smite, you take this one apart as well.
Mm-hmm.
And leave the whole place quiet after its gurgling, deep death throes.
Just before anything, I'm gonna make sure I touch Virik, and then I'm gonna heal him. But I'm trying to decide what I want to heal him.
Well, you
So-
can figure that out after a break. Ah! There we go.